Unwaith eto, mae Covid yn golygu ar y cyfan bod dim cefnogwyr yn gwylio gemau yng Nghymru. Mae'n stori wahanol yn Lloegr wrth gwrs, ond beth am y clybiau o Gymru sy'n chwarae yng Nghynghreiriau Lloegr? Ni gyd yn gyfarwydd â Chaerdydd, Abertawe, Casnewydd a Wrecsam, ond mae yna glwb arall hefyd sy'n chwarae ar lefel llawer is. Croeso i Ferthyr. Mark, I'm sure you've heard a few F-words on these terraces over the years.
Oh, yes.
Choosing a few different F-words today. Frustrating, financial, fair play are a few I'm chucking around. I'll start with frustrating. How frustrating is the situation with no fans?
Oh, it's amazing. I mean, one of the stewards said to me this morning is this is soul destroying. Because, I mean, and in a way, this is our second game behind closed doors. And the first game was Boxing Day. Now, we would have had maybe 800-900 through the day, and I get that, big crowds, I get that understanding. But this is a normal league game here now today, and we've got a big ground. If anybody's been here before, it's a big, old-fashioned ex-football league ground. We could get our normal 350, 400 in, no problem at all.
It's critical to us because everybody that comes to the door pays the wages, the players' wages.
Can you put some kind of figure on it? How much do you think you've lost recently?
Well, Boxing Day in the region of 10,000 plus, £10,000. Today we lose somewhere between £3,500 to £4,000. And, you know, it's a big hit.
Cyngrair y De yw cartre traddodiadol Merthyr. Maen nhw erbyn hyn yn chwarae yn uwch gyngrair adran y De, sy'n swnio'n gymleth, ond yn y bôn dyma 7fed haen Pel-droed Lloegr. Mae hynny ddwy lefel yn is na ble mae Wrecsam yn chwarae ar hyn o bryd. A maen nhw fewn peryg o ddisgyn i'r 8fed haen tymor yma.
It's a typical Merthyr story in a way. Typical sort of story about Merthyr that we've had to almost reform the team again because last season we couldn't play at all. So we couldn't play last season, so we had 12 months off. All the players drift off and go to different clubs and try to do different clubs. A lot of our players went over to play in England at the time. So we've had to restart again.
When we started the season, we had nothing. Nothing at all. The place was closed, no income, no manager, no team. All of a sudden then starting from scratch, and it was from scratch.
We've got some good young players here, just need a bit of a run and see how we go. I mean, last week, the first half we were excellent, second half we were terrible.
30 mlynedd yn ôl, oedd rhyfel cartre ar fi'n ffrwydro ym Pel-droed Cymru yn sgil sefydlu uwch gyngred Cymru. Oedd Merthyr yn un o'r I-rate 8 clybiau oedd yn gwrthod ymuno. Nawr dim ond nhw a Chasnewydd sy'n parhau i chwarae yn Lloegr o'r criw greiddiol na. Mae hyd yn oed bai Colwyn yn ôl. Felly, chi'n gwybod beth yw'r cwestiwn nesaf? Where do you see the future? You know where I'm going with this. We follow the Welsh Prem. Will there ever be a day where we'll see this club back in the Welsh system, or in the Welsh system, I should say?
The strength and the weakness for the FEW and ourselves, I suppose, is the fact that we are fan-owned. So it's not as if a board can make this decision. Any decision we make would go to the owners. And of course, you know, a lot of people, your head may be, you know, the Welsh system is a great product, the Welsh system now, great football, nice grounds, some good crowds as well. I'd love to see Caernarfon come here, for example. That would be a really nice crowd, wouldn't it? And I went to Caernarfon in '87 and it was a bit lively. And it was a great time. So I'd love to see those games, you know, and I'd love to play Barry again, because Barry were our rivals. We haven't had a rival since the League of Wales started, or the Cymru Prem started. Barry was our rival. Boxing Day against Barry was a great occasion. I mean, if we'd had this conversation 5 years ago, I would have just said, look, it's not going to happen. The board has to look at what's right for the club. You know, there's things there that would need to be looked at properly. So we're going to have to convince a lot of people about it, but, you know, never say never.
It's no consolation, people would rather be here, but they can listen to the games.
Oh, yes.
These days, what about this development?
And last week, sort of on the morning of the game, we decided we'd try to sort of do a commentary of the game. So it's myself and one of the boys, Mikey, who was a technical wizard, so I sort of blundered my way through commentating the game. Now, don't get me wrong, Nick Parry's got nothing to worry about. Nick should rest easy now that there's nobody coming behind him. So it was a lot of number 4s past the number 5 going on. 110 people joining us, and that doesn't sound a lot, but for us, that's a quarter of the crowd.
Ball, lovely ball inside. Alex John knocks it in. Oh,
to be fair, a lot of structure to what they're trying to do. You know, you can't criticise it. Listen now.
Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute.
Oh, yes!
We actually scored. We scored. Sorry about that.
Well.
The Western
Did not
keeper,
see that coming.
Western keeper, sort of a bit like Swindon Town last night.
Absolutely
He
right.
decided to want to play the ball out. Their key player slipped on the floor. I went straight to Lewis Powell, who just has tapped it into the empty net. Kane's intercepted, knocked it in. Rafael's lost the ball. Jackson's at the edge of the box, knocks it out.
Wide right.
And there we are, it's 1-1. McCoody's got the ball there, and McCoody and Banner are starting off their battle again. This time McCoody seems to have got the ball in.
Oh no.
Yeah. It's penalty.
I have to say, my first thought was it wasn't a penalty, but it is awfully difficult to tell from there.
I think it's a penalty. No surprise that it's Dale Grubb taking it from Weston. Cogman's in goals. Here we go, so Dale Grubb. Oh!
Just before the hour, Western take the lead.
But Cogman, did he get onto it then?
May have. Yeah, it was a hit with pace, it was a decent penalty.
It's a good penalty. Long ball by Avery. It was a decent ball actually, because I think he's
a good ball.
Yeah, McCooty balls it in.
Oh, that's the third for Western. And that's probably the best ball of the game.
That is a good goal, I could say. Avery, the man I've been calling the lumberjack over the game. With a lovely pass of the fence.
Super little ball down the right hand side.
McCooty just on the edge of the box, knocks it in, and it's a side foot home by Jackson.
Can't keep giving goals away. Simple. It doesn't matter what level you play at. You can't keep goals away like that. And I think three mistakes for their 3 goals.
How hard is it right now, the situation you're in?
Yeah, the whole world's against us at the moment. But listen, we keep going. Listen, it doesn't help not having fans and being in the situation we are.
When you're losing 3-1 at home in the rain and there's nobody around, you sometimes wonder why you bother. But when you've got people around you and there's a bit of buzz and a bit of banter and a bit of gallows humour, that's what you want, a bit of gallows humour today and a bit of banter. But yeah, but it's just a disappointment for us, and having no fans here just makes it worse.